New York, it's an awful story. It's getting a lot of attention, appropriately so. Roll it.
We are, as a community, not only shocked and grieving, but also very, very scared and rightfully angry at our elected officials who have driven us to this point and put this criminal on the streets.
That's the New York City landlord of the building where a homeless man is accused of killing Christina Yuna Lee on Sunday, and this is awful. The suspect, Asamad Nash, is being held without bail. He's 25. She was 35. Prosecutors say he's racked up at least a dozen prior arrests and has 3 open criminal cases pending. Eric Sean's on this story live in New York City with the latest on the killing of this woman, how it's putting, again, the focus on the epidemic of repeat offenders and low bail, etc. Eric, good morning. Let's begin.
Yeah, good morning, Bill. Critics say that it is a symbol of the revolving door of justice, and they say that spinning has to stop, that there is a crisis of repeat offenders in this city and across the country. As you said, the suspect in this horrible murder is 25-year-old Asamad Nash. He is a career criminal who's charged in this killing. Nash has a dozen arrests on his rap sheet, 27 criminal mischief counts, and he was on supervised release for a violent attack that happened in the subway in September. Nash now charged in the shocking murder of 35-year-old Christina Yuna Lee. In this video, obtained by the New York Post, Nash is allegedly seen following Lee from the street up the stairs to her apartment, where they say he pushed his way in and then stabbed her to death, knifing Miss Lee 40 times.
It's sickening. I mean, this how she was murdered and how brutal the crime was. You know, how many times she was stabbed, how she was stalked. The whole scenario is just, you know, unfathomable.
Well, critics are blaming progressive Democratic policies for putting dangerous repeat offenders back on the streets. But you know, the Democratic-led state legislature in Albany, well, they refused to change the law. The Republican plan, called Restore Order, would deny bail to a repeat offender convicted of 1 or more felonies or misdemeanors within 5 years, restrict parole for repeat offenders, and put violent repeat felons away for life without parole. New York State Republican Assemblyman Kevin Byrne, who is running for Putnam County Executive, says repeat offenders like Nash can and should be stopped.
If they have mental health issues, then let's get them services and help. But you can't have them on the street, and you can't have them recommitting crimes and attacking people, and in this one more recent case, murdering people, stalking people, and stabbing them.
Well, progressive Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who's very controversial, as you know, is capping sentences at 20 years. That means if Nash is convicted, he would serve potentially 20 years, not life in prison. And that would mean that Nash could get out when he's 45 years old. Yeah. Bill, back to you.
Eric, thank you.